to Toronto, Canada, one of North America's most vibrant cities. Today, the newest entrants to this city's pro sports scene, Rugby League's Toronto Wolfpack, are making an appearance at someplace close to the heart of all Canadian sports fans, the Hockey Hall of Fame.
Do you know of any hockey players that you might?
Reese is a Canadian. He knows every hockey player that's ever played this game.
Sidney Crosby.
Yeah, he's my favourite.
So we can go in and look at some of the artifacts. Pretty cool artifacts. Here's Gretzky. Now we asked every Stanley Cup winning team to give us a Stanley Cup ring.
So it's like American football, then they get a ring.
Everyone on the team gets a ring.
Wow.
Each team designs their own ring.
Adam, do you have the design for the Wolfpack ring?
Yeah, looks nothing like this. It's a big game this week, lads, no messing about, right? Are you all a bit nervous or what? You're all very quiet.
Just put me in, cuz.
You're in, son.
This is a lot harder than it looks.
This is the Great Hall. It used to be a bank building in the 1800s. And so this houses all of the NHL trophies, all of our honor members plaques, and the Stanley Cup. But this is what I think is the very coolest, is in here.
1, 2, 3.
It obviously hasn't taken the Wolfpack long to embrace their new home and become full-fledged members of the local community. In keeping with that spirit, several of the boys are headed off to explore another Toronto institution, Second City.
Tonight we have some very special guests joining us for the first half of our improv set. And they are members of the Toronto Wolfpack, which is our rugby team. Join us for some short scenes, and we'll see how tough they really are.
Yes, the pack will be performing on the stage, not the pitch tonight, joining such legendary Second City alumni as John Candy, Martin Short, Mike Myers, and Rick Moranis, to name just a few. Now let's see what they got.
I just am going for a bit of a stretch right now. Gotta work my whatever the side muscles are.
And how does that make you feel?
I don't know. Let me take off my coat. I gotta oil up part of my zipper.
I can tell.
Yeah. Hang on. I'm gonna lie down on this squeaky, leathery couch. You got a drum kit down.
I'm afraid that if you go into space, you'll
Turn into a stripper.
turn into a stripper.
It could happen. I hear they only play a certain song on the space shuttle. The song I'm thinking of is...
Stand by your man.
Give it up for the Wolfpack!
I love caravanning.
Waking up to this every morning.
Go where you like, when you like.
Time to recharge and refresh.
Sunrises and sunsets.
Being with my family and friends.
Discover your love for caravanning this August with the special savings in the Glossop Caravan Summer Sale.
best body part I would say is my hairy chest, my wife loves, or my beard. It's a bit trimmer at the minute, but it can go quite strong, yeah. My favourite hero growing up, when I was a kid, I was into my motorbiking. So I was into Dougie Lampkin on the trial bikes. When I was into rugby, my favourite player was Phil Clark. Then I quit and I started playing guitar. My favourite hero was Slash out of Guns N' Roses. So now it's Johnny Cash, it's one of them, I don't know. I'm mixed up, yeah. Do I have any hidden talents? I suppose I play guitar quite a bit. I wouldn't call it a talent, it was more worked hard and I've got to a place where I can make Oasis sound okay. My celebrity crush, male or female? I'll give you both. As a man crush, it'd be sort of Jason Statham, because that's the way I'm going to go. You know, the stubble, the bald head, the missus fancies him, so what else? Woman? Jennifer Aniston, you can't beat that, can you? Jennifer Aniston, she gets better with age. One thing I can't live without would be my dog. A little dog, yeah, Belle. It's pretty much our baby, man and Lauren, so we just treat her like a kid. She sleeps in the middle of us, we take her out for walks, buy her clothes and that, yeah. The best part about playing for Toronto is the good set of lads that we have. I think it's a cracking team spirit, it's as good as I've ever been to it. If I had a warning label stuck on me, hand wash only.
Room here, Kay in the corner, did he get it down?
Great try.
What a finish. It's a hat-trick for Liam Kay.
In a season full of success for the Toronto Wolfpack, wing Liam Kay has shown through as one of the best backs in the league.
3 more to go. Hall, and is Kay in the corner?
Yeah, I think he is.
It's not my game as such. My game is probably developed by the people that are inside me. My game comes off them. You know, if I'm not going to touch the ball, I can't really do what I want to do. And like me and Johnny Pownall, for example, we're there to finish tries and, you know, and do stuff like that. So I think me and him have been doing it quite well this year.
He's switched on, he's tuned in to every opportunity that he's trying to make for himself, and that's why he is up there in our top-ranked players.
Yes, it's been a great season for Liam so far, but it has been a long road to Toronto. Originally signed by Wakefield in the Super League, Liam played the last 3 seasons for the Lee Centurions, where Paul Rowley was the head coach.
So I signed him as a halfback, and I remember his first ever game. He was on the bench as an halfback to come on, and our winger at the time had an absolute nightmare. He dropped about 3 balls, so I said put Liam on the wing. That was the first time he ever played there, and that's the last time he ever played anywhere else.
Rowley left Lee before the 2016 season and resurfaced as the head coach of the Toronto Wolfpack, a new team playing home games on a different continent and one with literally no players. Paul's first call was to Liam Kay.
I was unhappy at least, and so he gave me a call. He says, I've got something in the pipeline for you. It'll involve a 7-hour flight across the Atlantic. So, and he just basically sold it to me there and then, and it was more the fact that Paul was going to be there was one of the main factors that I came.
The pitch was interesting because he's the first player I've signed for Toronto Wolfpack. So it was a brave decision. It took somebody like Liam to make a brave decision.
It was a step into the unknown, I suppose. Like when he first pitched it to me, I was sold. But then again, I'm thinking, well, while I'm in England, I'm waiting for it to happen. I don't know what's coming. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how the Toronto people are going to take to it.
Liam and the newly formed Wolfpack played their first several games in England, where things went quite well. But then it was time to travel to their new home in Toronto for the first time.
I remember coming out for warm-up and there was no one there. I say there was no one there. There was about 200 people there, and I was thinking, it's not turned out what he said it would, Paul. But all of a sudden, 6,000-7,000 people flooded in, and at that moment it was kind of surreal.
The Wolfpack have been a smashing success in Canada and Rugby League. For Liam, a big part of the on-field achievement comes from keeping things loose, away from the pitch.
He's a mischief maker. He'll find a water pistol from anywhere in the world and squirt somebody at an inappropriate time, so we have to cope with that a lot.
Yeah, he thinks he's funny. I'm not sure I'd always agree. Sometimes inappropriate humour. But no, he's a very popular member of the team. He fits in brilliantly. He's just a really important ingredient in this setup.
Every bloke in the team, you know, is a friend. You know, every person at the club is a friend. It's a great place to be around.
In for Kay's in there. Now he's got the afterburners. Now he's showing his toes.
While the Wolfpack players and head coach usually get most of the attention, assistant coach Simon Finnegan has quietly become a key component in the team's success.
Get Jammer up, go and hit them. Don't wait for people, get them up with you.
In 2012, after a standout playing career in Super League and as an international for Ireland, Simon was considering retirement when, despite some initial reluctance, he agreed to play for the Championship League's Lee Centurions and their head coach, Paul Rowley.
He gave me fresh hunger for rugby. As I say, I wasn't in a great place with rugby, but he gave me that love back. When you've been playing a long time and at different clubs, and it does become a job. I was at that point, but Paul and the league club at the time give me that. I felt like a kid again.
He had a year left of his contract, and I could tell he was coming towards the end. He was getting a little bit tired, so I suggested to him that it might be time to step on the coaching front. I think there comes a point where he knew it and I knew it, and we have very, very similar philosophies and share our ideas on how the game should be played, so it seemed a natural progression.
So Simon made the transition from player to coach, joining Paul on the Lee staff and now in Toronto. It's obviously been a great partnership, but part of what makes it work is challenging each other.
It's all rugby for us. I mean, we don't switch off anyway, so myself and Paul argue quite a bit. Well, not argue, we'll discuss and annoy each other, but we always come up with a solution that we 100% back each other on. And then when we walk out the room, there'll be no chinks in it from anyone else, because we believe in each other and we believe that what we're doing is right. So
challenging in terms of philosophy, ideas on how players should be run and why, then there's nobody better.
Coaching a startup team that plays on both sides of the Atlantic has presented some serious challenges for the staff and players. But you can be sure that Simon Finnegan will continue to bring the same passion and toughness to the pitch that he always has.
Hold, let's go, retreat, hold, contact. We've got a really good squad of players. We train hard as well, so that keeps them in check, you know. That they moan a bit about it, but tough, innit? It's professional sport, it's meant to be hard. Yeah, swap sides. Most players and the staff that know me, I don't stay happy for long. Not grumpy, but I'm more finding things that are going wrong than things that are going right, but I can't argue that we're in a very good place. The worries of travel has not so much been a worry because the boys have been outstanding when they've been out there. I think we've done all right, so I'd say mildly happy.
Game day in Toronto, Canada. It's the Gloucestershire All Golds versus the Wolfpack in round 14 of the regular season.
Usually keep that.
And with all Wolfpack home games now set for 4:30 p.m. kickoff, fullback Quentin Lalu Tagage, better known as QLT, and his teammates have settled into a comfortable pre-game rhythm.
Usually I'll wake up around 7:30, 8, and then I'll go have breakfast, pretty much after breakfast, I pretty much just chill. We usually play consecutivos. It's a card game. Usually it's Bob, Flem, Rich, or it could be anyone, so whoever's around. Some of the boys like to just stay in their room after breakfast, but then you got other boys who like to go have a wander around, and then those are the boys who usually play cards. If I'm at home, I'll just chill with my family, maybe go for a bit of a walk, and then I'll head my way back and we'll have lunch.
After a quick, healthy lunch with his teammates, Q heads back to his room for his most important pre-game ritual.
Hello, princess. I'm a big family man, so I FaceTime my family about 3 or 4 times a day. Say hello to everyone. Hello. Just to catch up, see what they're doing, see what they're having for dinner, and then they kind of wish me luck, because after I FaceTime them after lunch, then I won't talk to them till after the game.
Q's electronic family time is followed by the all-important pre-game nap. Then, as the game time starts to draw close, things ramp up with a film and strategy session.
Liam can get across, but he's got to defend shape first, but you're going to have to turn and go, aren't you?
So I usually go from my performance the previous week, see what I need to work on. Like, I try and concentrate on what I can control, so that's my own performance. I get a little bit more serious when we start warming up, because you're preparing for a game and you got to get your game face on. So come back from warm up, and then that's when that's when the game face actually comes on.
You don't know me. You've never seen me play. You don't know my name. You don't even know how to pronounce my name. I'm not a big star. You may think I'm a nobody, but nobody trains harder. Nobody wants it more. Nobody will surprise you. Nobody's tougher. Nobody. And come this October, who you don't know can hurt you.
As the Wolfpack head into their round 14 showdown with Gloucestershire, something big is happening. A late injury has opened up a spot on the Toronto roster, a slot that has been filled with newcomer Quinn Nuwati. And Quinn is special for many reasons. Just 18 years old, he was found by the Wolfpack in their preseason tour across North America in search of undiscovered rugby talent. And he won a contract during the team's off-season tryout.
So the dream's absolutely alive for you, mate. Well done. We want to talk to you about developing you and being a player.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Right?
Yeah.
Making the Wolfpack roster as an unknown teenager is a huge accomplishment. But perhaps most significant of all, Quinn will be the first native-born Canadian to play for the club.
To be honest, I'm a little nervous, but I think that's kind of expected in the circumstances. Obviously, it's been a big journey since, December, since we came over to England. Had a fabulous week there, and obviously falling in love with the game every day. So just the next step, I'd say, and just focusing on my little jobs and what I can do to help the team. I just have a lot of faith in what the coaches have obviously allowing me to hopefully get a few minutes if that's how it pans out. But once I get in there, I just want to stick to what I know. Hopefully smash someone, have a few, just do my job honestly, and if something else comes of that, if I can do a little something special, that's obviously a little bonus.
We'll get out now, boys. Just control what you're doing warm up. Make sure, expect the unexpected. Let's make sure we're proactive, not reactive. Nail our D. I think we've been really proud of our D, haven't we? I think that's a brilliant asset that we've got as a team. Really proud of our line. All right, so nail it again. Be proud of that one. Yeah, get a swagger about you. Let's go. Quinn, all the best. Come on.
I think that was a big bump.
Jacks to late wing, and here comes Burrows, and he will. Touchdown. There's foul.
That's an intercepted.
And it's the captain. Hall is down the right, and the captain, leading by example, will go all the way.
The Pack strike early and often as they race out to a big first-half lead over the visitors from Gloucestershire.
Jacks, lovely little run, slicing through the defense like a hot knife through butter.
Despite their success over the first 40 minutes, a late all-golds try and some missed Wolfpack opportunities give head coach Paul Rowley something to say at the half.
All right, boys, what we're doing, we're just turning it off, aren't we? Just taking the foot off the throat every time. Just pass it, give it them. Just give them the ball. There you go. Challenge them. We're giving you the ball. Now get behind that ball and bring it out. They won't do it. I think we're sporadic with our collisions. I think there's some good collisions, and then there's some passive ones. I said no message because I would have hoped the rest of you. All right. So as a result of that, let's absolutely roll him now. Let's roll him. Let's stay on him. Roll him. Play quick. Penalty. Kick. Go. Let's go. Roll him. All right. I'll see it full time. Let's get a buzz about us and a bit of anger. Like take it personal. I find it personal, that. You need to take it personal, don't you, and roll him straight away. You've got to cane him now.
Pulled down by Lloyd Jones, who's had a good start to the second half for the visitors, and here's Moy, barreling forward. Fooey, Moy, on fire.
Challenged by their coach, it doesn't take long for the Pack to put this game away for good in the second half.
Here's Bezic with the strong arm, and Bob Bezic. Good golly, Miss Molly, he was off to the races after that straight arm.
With the game firmly in hand, all eyes at Lamport Stadium turn to the native-born son who has been patiently waiting to make his professional debut.
A great reception. It's not for Bussy, I don't think. I think they just announced the fact that Nawati's on the field. Quinn Nawati.
Great tackle by Owens. Here's Bussy. Bussy outside. Quinn Nawati with the one-handed pass. Worthington will touch down. What a pass from Nawati. Great finish from Worthington.
And with that, it's time to get the party started in Toronto. A 62-10 romp for the Wolfpack and a successful debut for Canada's own Quinn Nawati.
Thank you.
There you go.
You're her favorite
I'm keeping up.
Right, so it was good, we won. I thought, right, okay, biggest challenge now is get him up for this song. This is what I think. All right, so we've got a birthday in Flem, and we've got a debutant and Quinny Bill here. Right, Flem, Quinn, who's the best? Let's go.